Welcome back. Now we're going to sit down and talk with the head coach of the water polo program at Indiana University, Barry King. And Coach, I don't think a lot of people know this, but you actually started this program from scratch and turned it into one of the elite programs in the country. Talk about that process of taking it from a club sport to a varsity sport.
We were fortunate because we kind of came along at the emergence of water polo collegiately on the women's side. My club team was kind of competitive nationally, so there wasn't a whole lot of lag, and the athletic department gave us a lot of great support up front. Those were some wild days, though, just going all over the country trying to find people that that wanted to play and come to Indiana University. It was a lot of fun.
Very quickly, you took your team to the Final Four. Talk about that team specifically and what they did to help you build this program.
That team in particular was just smart. It was the smartest group of kids that I've had in one place. Incredibly good students, and then that carried over into the pool. And when we really needed to kind of come together and make a run, that year started very poorly as far as results go. But they were smart enough to know that the results were going to come if they kept working daily, and to this day, some of my favorite kids in the program ever.
Looking at how your team travels, it's almost unlike any other program maybe in the country, certainly with Indiana Athletics. Last year you played over 30 games. I believe only 2 of them were at home.
Right.
A lot of trips to the West Coast. Talk about battling that every spring semester, having that many road trips.
The way we look at it, so we do it so much, the way we look at it is it's not a battle. I mean, we're better at traveling than we are at playing home. It's the bottom line, because we're just so used to it. I have a great collection of student athletes, people who are on top of their work and want to, and so they're doing their work in their spare time on the plane, different things like that, and we get to see a lot of great parts of the country too.
You're a top 10 program year in and year out. The last 2 years, you have set school and program records for wins in a season. Last year's team won 28, and you're expecting big things in 2013 as well. Shea Fournier coming back.
Shea coming off of 91 goals from the previous year. Actually, this year, Jackie Coley comes back off of shoulder surgery for redshirt senior year. So there's a possibility that our career scoring record gets set twice this year by 2 different people. So the last 2 years really have been marked by a great collection of student athletes, and my assistant, Pat Beamer, is the best in the country.
Looking at the sport itself, it's grueling. Games are only an hour long because human beings can't really tread water any longer than that. Talk about the training that has to take place in order to get your team in condition to be able to compete at that high level.
We're in the water a lot. We're in the weight room a lot too. We try to take advantage of all the time that we're allowed. There's a lot of physical contact during our practices. A lot of people where we're trying to get people to kind of get into each other and test each other, and the harder you work physically, the more it's going to pay off. There's a lot of treading water with weight belts on, and so there's no rest phase in our sport. You rest and you drown. So it's we got to make sure that they stay on top of the water.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure.